Pairs heading for win after Derbyshire follow on. Worcestershire's batsmen, led by Jack Haynes on day 1 and then Ed Barnard on day 2, had put their side in a strong position, over 400 on the board, and the bowlers had found some joy too. Derbyshire reduced to 91 for 3 at the end of a weather-disrupted day. Lots still to do for the visitors. Wayne Madsen and Ben McDermott had found the solid footing that their colleagues had struggled to discover, and got Derbyshire up into triple figures together. But Worcestershire weren't going to make it easy for the visitors. Pennington the man with the early breakthrough. McDermott sent packing for 25. Madsen and Critchley had the potential to be a thorn in Derbyshire's side, and they showed that for a while, threatening to take the score to 150 with ease. Madsen had a 50 to celebrate, a little push down the ground for 2, enough to see him breach the landmark figure. But that would be the end of the road. No more runs added, out in the same over, caught at slip. Critchley has a habit of popping up with important knocks, and Derbyshire needed him to pull another out of the bag, and he was off to a good start with Hudson Prentice, the pair dragging the side to 150. It was a good partnership. Hudson Prentice was playing the role of aggressor, and he picked up some quick boundaries. Their approach ensured the 6th wicket was worth 50 runs, and Derbyshire were closing in on 200. But Hudson Prentice wouldn't be there to see them past that mark. Quick reflexes from Haynes saw him depart for 25, and lunch taken with the fall of the wicket. The score 193 for 6. Derbyshire ticked over to 200 at the resumption, Critchley now into the 40s and looking like he could once again be his side's key contributor. An 8-4 took him to 50 runs, scored at a fair clip with just 67 deliveries required, an impressive knock so far. His partner Hughes enjoyed the bowling of Alzari Joseph. An expensive over from the West Indies quick culminated in this maximum. And he'd take the side to 250, but wouldn't get any further. Pennington brought his innings to an end on 25. Aitchison followed, playing all round Joseph's full toss to go LBW. Derbyshire still in need of 20 to avoid the follow-on. Joseph had Connors too, bowled looking to make some room, still 10 runs needed. They came agonisingly close, the deficit 151, just one more needed to avoid the follow-on when Melton was out. With such an imposing first innings total, Derbyshire had done their best to hold back the pairs. The bulk of the resistance came from Madsen and Critchley. The latter would have been disappointed not to have helped his side avoid the follow-on. And his colleagues would be out there sooner than they'd hoped. Their second innings underway and off to a poor start when Pennington removed Guest, caught behind for 7. There was no change to the score when they headed into tea 3 overs later. Could the pairs push for the win in the evening session? Godalming and Deploy took their time. Slow going for Derbyshire with just a couple of boundaries early in the evening session. They were edging ever closer to 50 runs when the pairs had their next wicket. The captain out off the bowling of Joseph, catching practice for Mitchell. Madsen was back at the crease and once again carrying a lot of Derbyshire hopes on his shoulders. He and Deploy reduced the deficit further. D'Oliveira brought their partnership to an end, Deploy down the track, but only able to fire a catch back to the spinner. McDermott lasted just 5 balls before he fell to Pennington LBW for 1 in the next over. That meant Derbyshire's 2 first innings highest scorers were back together. If they couldn't give their side hope, it was difficult to see who could. It took something special to remove Critchley, and Fell produced a stunning catch in the slips, mobbed by his teammates as the danger man departed for 6. Hudson Prentice followed in the next over, none added by the bowler. D'Oliveira chopped on, and the pairs were pushing for the win before the end of the day, but they couldn't find any more wickets. Madsen and Hughes digged in all the way through to the close, the deficit now just 39 runs. Their first target on day 3 would be making Worcestershire bat again, but with the pairs' attack looking so potent, just how long would they be able to hold out?